Welcome back to Running in Rehab. My name is Brett. Today we're going to talk about the three biggest ways to improve your marathon time. And we're going to start with the biggest way to improve your marathon time, and it's going to be to run slower. Running slower is going to help you to build your aerobic system. So our running, we use two systems. We have our aerobic system and our anaerobic system. And the more efficient our aerobic system is, the aerobic system can go for a long time. Whereas the anaerobic system, save that for your kick, right? Your last few miles of the marathon. But the aerobic system should be doing the majority of the work. It's much more efficient, and we need to train it. And the way that you train your aerobic system is by running at slower paces. So this is going to be relative to you, but try to keep if you're tracking your heart rate, anywhere from 120 to 140 beats per minute is good. So very mild effort. You should be able to hold a conversation during this kind of effort. And if you stay consistent with slower training, you will recognize within a few weeks that running is becoming easier. Running is becoming more enjoyable. So training the aerobic system by doing slower runs is not only going to benefit you relatively quickly within a few weeks, but it's going to lower your risk for injury as well. So my biggest mistake when I started running, and I still struggle with this, is just running too quickly. And I know this happens with a lot of runners, like I said, myself included, because of a lot of things, right? We got things to do. So I think the biggest thing for me was just, my thought was, I got to get my mileage in so I can get home and do this other thing I got to do and do that. And, you're kind of against the clock. So biggest thing that I changed was I stopped procrastinating my runs so much, and I got structured with a warm-up. So find a warm-up that works for you. That should take no more than 10 minutes. Get your warm-up in. Use your first mile as a warm-up, so go extra slow on that first mile. Maybe do some backwards jogging, some side shuffling, things like that, just to warm the hips up in different directions. But I digress. So, train your aerobic system by going slower. The other reason that we go fast is we care what other people think, unfortunately, and it looks good to be running faster by other people, and don't get caught up in that game. It's not a good long-term strategy at all. It's going to get you injured, and it's not efficient. It's really not efficient. The efficiency is in training your aerobic system, especially if you're just starting out running. Build a solid aerobic foundation, and it also build a good foundation for your leg strength when you go slowly. Those tendons and ligaments tend to strengthen better than if you're just tearing them up, running too fast of paces, and it's not sustainable long term. So, and that's going to bring me into my number 2 topic of how to improve your marathon training. Number 2 is going to be consistency. So whether you're running 10 miles a week, whether you're running 100 miles a week, whether you're running 50 miles a week, find a mileage that's sustainable for, let's say, a month. Let's say you're doing 10 miles every week for a month. After the month, you can kind of reassess where you're at and maybe go. Usually we do the 10% rule, so only raise by 10%, so that'd be 11 miles. And use that 10% rule after each month. If you're feeling good, injury-free, bump it up and try to stay consistent there. Now, you don't have to run exactly 11 miles every week, but it should be, give or take, 5 miles, or relatively a few miles of consistency every week. And that's going to be the most efficient way for you to build a solid foundation for marathon running. So don't think of these doing just big efforts. Oh, I'll just do 10 miles today and that'll be my weekly mileage. Smaller runs consistently, 5 to 7 days a week, is going to help you to build a stronger foundation. So these are some things that I wish that I knew earlier on. And lastly, the third biggest benefit that I saw that improved my marathon time from a 3:15 to a 2:34 within a 4-year span was the strength training. Strength training. So specifically, core exercises are going to be absolutely vital. You need to have a strong core muscles. When you're stable and strong in your core, it sets the foundation for your legs to be explosive and efficient, right? If you're stable, we call that proximal stability, it's going to unlock more athletic ability, more efficiency for your running. If we're not stable in the core, this can lead to not only injury, but non-optimal running mechanics and running efficiency. You're going to be wasting a lot of energy because there's a lack of stability. And so core stability is a big one. Unilateral single leg strengthening is going to be a big one because, as we know, running is just single leg hopping. So it's a single leg sport. So you want to get strong on each leg individually and symmetrically to make sure one side isn't overworking more than the other. So build single leg strength on each side. And lastly, for your strength training, incorporate some explosive movements, some plyometric box jumps, and things that are explosive. Don't overdo it here, as you can run into tendinopathies, tendinitis of your Achilles and things like that if you're doing too much jumping around, as I've made that mistake. But slowly start to incorporate some of the explosive stuff, whether it's jumping rope, squat jumps, box jumps, plyometric activities. So let's recap. Those are my big three for improving your marathon time. I promise if you follow what I said in this video, you're likely to drastically increase your marathon time. And the earlier that you start working on these three principles here, the quicker you're going to see results and enjoy running a little bit more. So just to wrap up, do not run too quickly. This may be the biggest one. I see too many runners running too quickly for a variety of reasons. They don't have enough time. They want to get the run done. Those kinds of things. If you need to put yourself on the treadmill and hook up an iPad and hook up a movie, I've done that before. And next thing you know, an hour or 2 hours has gone by and you're doing a slow pace, and you're going to see the benefits from that. You're going to train your aerobic system to be more efficient, and especially if you're like me, because I'm more of an anaerobic type guy, and everybody's genetics are different. So, if you're more of an endurance guy, maybe you should be working on more sprinting. But at the end of the day, training your aerobic system for the marathon is absolutely, absolutely vital. So slow your running down, work on that aerobic efficiency, and it will greatly enhance your running. And like we said, it's lower risk. It's lower risk. You're going to build a solid foundation of strength, low risk for injury, and that's going to develop a solid foundation for you to enjoy running long term. Consistency, stay consistent, okay? I know it's tough to do every day, but if you could do it every day and you just make it part of your routine, that actually will almost make it easier than just doing it 3 times a week. Get into a state of, you don't even have to think about it, whether it's half a mile or whether it's 10 miles, just get out the door, keep it slow, controlled, comfortable, get your run in. Keep it consistent, and you will see great benefits from that within weeks of just staying consistent with the runs. And lastly, the strength training is huge. It's a huge component of running. It's absolutely necessary. Develop your single leg strength. Develop your explosive movements slowly. Your plyometric stuff, work that in slowly. Slowly ramp that up. And get your strength training in. Single leg strength training. And in another video, if you guys want me to go more so into the strength training, I would be happy to do so. But on this channel, let's build a community of runners that are looking to improve their marathon times, enjoy running as just an overall healthy activity to do, and stay injury free. So, like I said, I'll be a PT next year. I've been working at a physical therapy clinic for 5 years, over 5 years now. I'm in my last year of PT school. I've been running since 2019 competitively. So I'm here to help you guys. Let me know what you want to see on the next video. I appreciate your time, and I'll see you on the next one.